Hello everyone, welcome back to Supreme Learning. I'm your friend Abhay Grover. Today I'm going to teach you the part 2 video of stop using the word very. Before we learn the new word for today, let's first revise the words which we have done in the part 1 of the video. The first word was very accurate. Instead of very accurate, we are going to use the word exact. Second word was very afraid. Instead of very afraid, we are going to use the word fearful. Third word, very angry. Instead of very angry, we are going to use the word furious. Fourth word, very annoying. Instead of very annoying, we are going to use the word exasperating. Fifth word was very bad. Instead of very bad, we are going to use awful. Awful. The first word for today is very big. You can see in the picture also from other animals, the size of this is big. This cow is big in size. Instead of saying big, very big, we are going to use the word massive. So adjective meaning of massive is very large, heavy or solid. Some of the good examples where you can use this word massive is, first is how massive stone were brought here from hundred of miles away remains a mystery. ये जो बड़े बड़े stones हैं ये इतनी दूर से कैसे लेके आए गए, ठीक है? तो instead of using very big we have used the word massive. Second sentence is massive investment, heavy investment or large investment. Massive investment is needed to modernize the country's telephone network. Third is the gorilla had a massive forehead. जो गोरिल्ला था उसका जो forehead है वो बहुत बड़ा था. Massive forehead. They have a massive great house. Some of the good synonyms are also available instead of using the very big word, or even if you sometimes want to put variation into your writing or speaking. So once you have used the word massive, then you can use the word giant or gigantic, or you can use colossal, or last is hefty. First is giant, second is gigantic, then third is colossal, and fourth is hefty. Next word you can guess from the girl's face. Yes, she is feeling very boring, but we are not going to use very boring, we are going to use the word dull. She is feeling dull. As an adjective, the meaning is of dull is lacking interest or excitement. Might be when you are studying, you are lacking interest in the studies, the book is boring, or you are lacking in the excitement. That is the meaning. Some of the examples where you can use the word dull is, she had a dull expression on her face, like she is having. Your diet doesn't have to be dull and boring. Third sentence where you can use the word is, they are both nice people but can be rather dull. Some of these synonyms are also available. The first one I do not prefer, but to put a variation in your speaking and writing, you can use uninteresting, monotonous. This one is good, and you can also use the synonym lifeless. Lifeless means lacking vitality or excitement in the life. Next word, instead of very bright, we are going to use the word luminous. From the luminous battery name, you can remember this word, very easy to remember. In the picture, you can see sun is luminous, whereas moon is non-luminous, not bright. As an adjective, the luminous meaning is bright and shining. Some of the examples which you can use is, my watch has a luminous dial, radiant. Some watches have a radiant dial which shines in dark, right? So he's talking about that. My watch has a luminous dial, so I can see it in the dark. Good word to use. At night, the luminous lights of the city captivate thousands of people. Third sentence where you can use luminous is, one luminous bulb. Luminous means very bright or shining. One luminous bulb produces enough light to brighten both the kitchen and the dining room. Some of the synonyms are also available. Instead of using luminous, you can use shining, radiant, glowing, or vivid. The next word for today's is, instead of very calm, we are going to use the word serene. We are going to use the word serene. As an adjective, the meaning of serene is calm, peaceful, untroubled. Some of the examples are, as soon as the anxious dog. Do you remember where you have heard this word anxious? In the previous part 1 video we have done, instead of using very afraid, we will be using the word fearful, and anxious is one of the synonym for the word fearful. So from here you can understand the dog was fearful. As soon as the anxious dog saw his owner, he became serene. Instead of dog, you can even use the word child. In the school gate, on the school gate, or at the home, the was feeling anxious, fearful. When they have seen, child has seen his parents, he or she becomes serene, very calm. Second sentence is, 5 years later, the international oil market is serene. In normal day-to-day scenario, in all commodity market, values fluctuate. There is huge turbulence is there. But in this example, he is saying after 5 years, the international oil market is serene, very calm, even sleepy. Third example you can use is, the child face was serene and beautiful. Some of the synonyms which you can use: composed, at ease, centered. Last word for today class, instead of using very careful, we will be using the word cautious. We will be using the word cautious. As an adjective, the meaning is of a person careful to avoid potential problems or dangers. Example can be, he answered the question with a cautious reply. When you are in interview, your reply should be cautiously, right? You should reply cautiously. Second example is, I am not afraid of the wildlife. I am just cautious. He defended quickly. Third example is, they have taken a very cautious approach. While investing, you should take a cautious approach. While eating, you should take a cautious approach. Very careful. Fourth sentence example is, he was very cautious about committing himself to anything. Some of these synonyms which you can use is watchful, mindful, vigilant. That's all for today. I hope these words helps you to grow in your life, in your exam purpose or in your day-to-day life. Start using these words on a regular basis so that you become fluent in a meanwhile we complete this series. Please subscribe the channel so that you get the updates of the new videos. I hope these videos are helpful for you. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God bless you all.